before conducting a survey on what to look for in a life partner. Only afterwards, husband or wife. Two people agree that beauty or charm does come first when choosing a husband or wife. But why? Well, ladies and gentlemen, would you be willing to live your entire life with a person who has the kind of face that irritates you every time you see him?
No.
Well, some may be willing to. I'm sure most of us would prefer spending our lives with someone who has the kind of face that makes our hearts beat faster every time we see him or her. Perhaps that is why facial creams and makeups are selling like hotcakes, even in times of economic downturn. And beauty parlors are mushrooming everywhere and doing this business. Yet again, we have to admit that beauty is something very subjective. Haven't you heard of inner beauty?
No.
Haven't you heard of the popular saying,
No.
beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder? Now, all of us attend school to gain knowledge and excel in our lives, right? Right. As such, 34% would want their life partner to be highly educated. This
Paket punya
makes
boleh
academic
answer.
qualifications the
Paket.
second most important thing in choosing
Yes or
a life
no.
partner.
Right.
People who are well educated would be respected, and their knowledge can be applied to their daily activities.
Sampai mana?
Apart from that, 15% would prefer spending their lives with someone who is financially secure. Yes, he or she must be preferably filthy rich. A person who is wealthy would certainly have no problems in getting what he wants. Besides, husbands or wives who are wealthy would be able to share out their household expenses. This is rather a selfish thought to some of us. But then again, men and women have equal rights, don't they? However, what is wealth without having